Disneyland development. More attractions and restaurants are on the way for the popular theme park. Why not everyone is thrilled? And if you're looking to buy a car, it's not easy right now with interest rates being so high. Some tips to help you get the best deal. You're watching The Rundown. Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Winston. Big news for Disneyland. The Anaheim City Council approved Disneyland's proposal for a massive expansion plan. Disney says it will spend nearly $2 billion over the next 10 years to build new attractions, hotels, and restaurants on the west side of the 490-acre resort on land that Disney already owns. Not everyone is happy about this. Opponents are worried about a number of things, including construction noise, air quality, and more traffic. But the city says Disney has addressed these concerns.
Visitors drive our economy, they drive our city budget, and allow us to do what we do for our residents.
Here's what Anaheim gets out of the deal. Disney will invest $8 million in city parks, $10 million in sewer infrastructure, $30 million in affordable housing, and $85 million in road and traffic improvements. A new campaign is launching that aims to encourage safe driving on one of the most dangerous roads. It's called Go Safely PCH. The goal is to have drivers slow down while driving Highway 1 through Malibu. 59 people have been killed in crashes on that particular stretch of PCH in the past 14 years, most of them due to speeding. Most recently, 4 students from Pepperdine University were killed when an out-of-control car jumped a curb last October. In addition to encouraging safe driving, new safety upgrades will be coming for the roadway. Mammoth announced the closing date for ski season. The last day is May 27th on Memorial Day, so you better get on over there. These are photos from over the weekend. Still lots of snow. What a beautiful photo, but not as much as last year when ski season stretched to August thanks to record snowfall. A lot of people are making pleas on social media asking the resort to please stay open longer, but at this point, hey, they are just a few weeks away. Now it's time to check in with meteorologist Belinda Leon, who's tracking your forecast.
Hi, everyone. Here's what I'm tracking for the rest of the week. We've got breezy winds in those typical Santa Ana wind-prone spots, but that will help boost our temperatures into the 80s away from the coast. The May gray pattern is here to stay for the rest of the week. In fact, it's going to be a little deeper by Thursday and Friday. Now, over the weekend, we'll continue to see that May gray pattern, but it'll clear to sunshine, and the temperatures will be very seasonal and nice for Mother's Day. Now, here's a look at the trend for our friends that live in the LA basin. We're going to have temperatures in the low 70s for the rest of the week. It gets a little cooler on Friday. Over the weekend, pleasant warm up. We're going to have highs feeling like spring in the mid to upper 70s. And then through early next week, the temperatures cool a few degrees through Tuesday. Enjoy.
Now to the Israel-Hamas war. The White House stopped a large shipment of weapons for Israel because of concerns they would be used in an attack in Rafah. That's according to a senior administration official. Israeli tanks moved into Rafah Wednesday, taking over a border crossing with Egypt. It's a crucial entry point for humanitarian aid. Israel claims Hamas uses it for terrorist purposes. Israeli military officials call this a very limited ground operation to put pressure on Hamas. As this is happening, negotiations for a ceasefire are still taking place. Now to the legal challenges for former President Donald Trump. A judge in Florida postponed his federal documents trial. That's the case where he's accused of keeping sensitive records after he left the White House. With this delay, the hush money case in New York may be the only trial he faces before the November election. Tuesday, adult film actress Stormy Daniels detailed what she said was a sexual encounter with Trump in 2006. Trump denies the affair and was heard cursing during her testimony. The alleged affair is not the issue in this case. It's about whether the $130,000 Daniels was allegedly paid to stay silent amounted to a felony scheme. Trump denies the charges. Police in Canada are trying to figure out who shot rapper Drake's security guard outside his Toronto home. Police say the guard was standing outside the gate when someone shot from a car, then drove off. Investigators were asked by reporters about the ongoing feud between Drake and fellow rapper Kendrick Lamar, and if that had anything to do with the shooting.
I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
It's unclear if Drake was at his home at the time of the shooting. The security guard is being treated at the hospital and is expected to survive. Graduation ceremonies are underway at USC, but this year will be a little different. First, USC canceled its pro-Palestine valedictorian speech the same week the university canceled its main commencement ceremony, they say due to safety concerns. A protest encampment formed but was quickly cleared out, resulting in more than 90 arrests. The encampment formed again, but on Sunday it was cleared out again. Individual graduation ceremonies will now take place, but all guests will need a ticket and will have to go through security checkpoints. USC is also holding a graduate celebration at the LA Coliseum Thursday night. And here's a look at the commencement dates at other local colleges where protests have taken place. Pomona College in Claremont, where demonstrators are camping out on the commencement stage, begins holding their ceremony on Friday. UC Irvine's commencement ceremonies also start on Friday. Cal State LA begins holding its commencement on May 20th at the Convention Center in downtown LA. And UCLA's commencement takes place June 14th at Pauley Pavilion. The Long Beach City Council has approved a public health emergency after more than 100 people may have been exposed to tuberculosis at a hotel. We first learned about the outbreak on May 3rd when the Public Health Department discovered 14 active cases. One person has died. No new cases have been reported since last week. The emergency status could free up money and resources to address the outbreak. Officials won't name the hotel, but doctors who spoke at Tuesday night's meeting say the outbreak is isolated and the risk to the general public remains low. A noticeably thin iPad Pro made its debut at Apple's Let Loose virtual event. It's the company's thinnest device ever. The new tablet comes equipped with a much-anticipated OLED screen. The new iPad snaps into a case that Apple is calling a magic keyboard. It pairs the tablet with a keyboard and trackpad. In addition to the design changes, Apple predicts its latest iPad will function just like a MacBook. Well, if you're in the market for a new or used car, there are ways you can save money before you set foot on the lot. Consumer reporter Lydia Paquero from our NBC station in New York explains.
For many of us, buying a car is one of the biggest purchases we'll make. And if you're financing, the latest interest rates will test any budget. For new cars, the annual percentage rate averages 5.6% for those with the highest credit scores to 14.7% if your score is less than 500. For used cars, rates average from 7.6% to 21.5%, according to Experian Information Solutions. The best tool to getting a lower interest rate? A good credit score. Anthony Malidi and his wife just bought a 2023 Traverse. They paid cash after finding out what the interest rate would be on a loan.
They did find out it was over 9%. And that's with good credit.
A 1 or 2% difference in interest rate amounts to hundreds or thousands of dollars per year. So, yeah, it's absolutely crucial.
Matt Schultz is Chief Credit Analyst at LendingTree. He's also the author of Ask Questions, Save Money, Make More, How to Take Control of Your Financial Life. He suggests cleaning up your credit before you buy.
Look at your credit report and make sure there aren't any mistakes or any signs of fraud that might be holding your credit score down artificially.
And now you can check your credit report once a week for free from each of the 3 major credit reporting bureaus at annualcreditreport.com. When was the last time you checked your credit score?
Oh, I see my credit score every day when I log into my banking app.
To boost your score, Schultz says you can ask your credit card issuer for a higher limit. Remember, if you use less of your available credit, the higher your score. Aim for 30% or less.
You have a lot of available credit that is unused. It actually can help you because it improves your utilization and it shows that you have the discipline and the ability to handle that.
And before negotiating at the dealership, get a loan pre-approval. You can compare offers from your bank, credit union, or sites like LendingTree.
You come in already pre-approved. It basically makes it to where you have a little more power in that negotiation, so it's a game changer.
Another piece of advice from Anthony, be realistic about your budget.
Buy a car you can afford instead of buying something you're dreaming about owning and you really shouldn't.
A new Taylor Swift comic book is coming to stands. Tidal Wave Comics is releasing a sequel to their first Taylor comic book because they said fans demanded more. The 22-page books are set to explore Swift's passion for giving back to the community. A portion of sales will go to the Humane Society. Celebrity sightings at this week's Met Gala have been talked about far and wide, but not everyone was actually there. Fake images have circulated online of singers Rihanna, Billie Eilish, and Katy Perry on the carpet ahead of the event, but they were not in attendance Monday night. That's right, Katy Perry took to social media saying that she was actually working. And it turns out even her mother fell victim to AI. She believed it too. The singer posted a text exchange with her mom showing shock that her daughter was at the event. The Met has not responded to the AI frenzy. Can't believe everything you see these days. Well, the LA Sparks were supposed to play their first 5 home games in Long Beach, but that's now changing after Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are coming to town. The game is now being moved to Crypto.com Arena. Now, originally, the Sparks were set to play in Long Beach for 5 games while construction was planned at Crypto. Clark and the Sparks tip off May 24th. Security cameras caught a mama bear and her cubs strolling around a Monrovia backyard. The mama bear gets into the pool while the cubs watch. She seems to want them to take a dip too. The homeowner says the cubs eventually climb a tree, so there was plenty of fun for all. He says bears are a pretty common sight in his neighborhood. I think it was just a little private pool party for the bears, right? You can always get news and weather updates on the NBCLA app and our website, NBCLA.com. And be sure to tune into Today in LA on NBC4, weekdays 4 to 7 a.m. I'll be helping you get around with traffic reports throughout the morning. I'll see you next time on The Rundown.